Good morning. How are you? Last class we studied about the master page and CSS we studied. And today I am going to start our new topic, the important topic, and this is about the database. When we are going to develop any software, any website, we need to save our data. And to save our data, we have to store our data in somewhere, and to store the data we have the concept of database is available. So generally we are using database for storing our data may be the name, maybe the id, maybe the city, maybe mobile number. So these all are the data is there, and we are using database for storing our data. So here in our ASP.NET, we also have the concept of database available, and let us explain you what is the database, how we are creating the database, how we are creating the database table. So these things I will tell to you. So the first is about the database. So the definition of database is a database is a structured collection of record. What is structured collection of record? Structured collection of record means the data, the record, for example my record is stored in the database in structure format. Structure format means if we have the column of name is available, we are storing the name. If we have the column of id is available, so we are storing the id. So this is the definition. Database is a structured collection of record. And another definition of database is a collection of column and rows. Database is collection of column and rows. Column is called attribute and rows are called record. This is the another definition of database. Okay, so we have the two definition of the database is available. Database is structured collection of record, and another is database is a collection of row and column. Row is called record and column is called attribute. Now about the database management system, DBMS. Basically DBMS is a program software basically used to add, remove, update data. So with the help of database management system, we can add, we can remove, and we can update the record. Another is retrieve data that match certain criteria. Retrieve data means we can get the data from the database based on some condition. For example, in Mazoon College database, all the students data is stored, and this data is stored from 2010 to 2020, and I want to see the certain time period of data. For example, I want to see all the student who studied in spring 2020. So we will give the condition, spring 2020, so we can get our data based on the condition. So this is about the database management system. So database is separate and database management system is separate. Both are different thing. Okay. Next slide is one. This is the one example of table, database table, how our table looks. If you see the table, this ISBN, title, AUID, AU name, AU tail, pub ID, these are, this is called the column name. This is called what? This is called the column name. This ISBN is a column name, title is a column name, author ID is a column name, author name is a column name. If you see in the ISBN, we are only storing the ISBN number. Okay, so this is the structured collection of record. See here, everything is in the structured, everything. Here in the ISBN we are storing the ISBN. Here in the title we are storing the title of the book, here is the author name, here is the author telephone number. So this is, and this separate the single is called record. This single is called record. This is the 1 record, this is the 2 record, this is the 3 record, this is the 4 record, 5 record, 6 record. So if you see the definition of the database, so the first definition is what? Database is a structured collection of record. Here if you see here, this is a structured collection of the record. And another definition is database is the collection of row. This is the row, this is the row, and column. So this is the one example of a table. Table looks like this. Okay. And now how we will create table in Visual Studio. So now for creating the table, the first task is we have to create database. What we need to do? We have to create the database, and without creating the database we are not able to create the table. So remember, and here before creating the database, here in our ASP.NET we will study about SQL Server database. We have a lot of databases available. We have SQL Server, we have Oracle, we have Microsoft Access, so different MySQL. So we have different types of databases available, but here in this course we are going to study, or we are going to use SQL Server. So now question is coming, might be someone is thinking that why we will use SQL Server, why not we can use the Oracle. Actually we can use the Oracle, but the thing is SQL Server, ASP.NET is a product of Microsoft. SQL Server is also the product of Microsoft. Okay, so when we are going to connect our ASP.NET application to the SQL Server, the connectivity is very easy, and our SQL Server is direct going to connect to the ASP.NET application. If we are going to use Oracle, we can also use Oracle as a database for storing our data, but the problem is when we are going to connect our Oracle with the ASP.NET application, there is one middle layer is there, one middle driver is there. So due to this driver, little speed is going to slow. That's why usually in ASP.NET we are going to use SQL Server. Okay. So here we have two things are available. The number one is database. So first we need to create database. Okay. And inside that database we can create table. Inside one database we can create many tables. Not only one, we can create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tables. So in the general terminology, database is like a container, like a box. In that box we have different tables are available. Okay, so how to create the database, how to create the table, I will let you know. Okay, so open the Visual Studio. My Visual Studio is already open. So to create the database, what we will do, we will go to the project. You know, we are adding the page. Same way we can do the database also. Add new atom, and here select the data from left hand side. This is the important. Select the data from the left hand side and choose SQL Server database. What we will choose? SQL Server database. This is what? This is how to create database. Take a look again. Go to the project, add new atom, select the data, choose SQL Server database, and if you want to write the name, you can write the name. If you do not want to write the name, leave it. I want to write the name college, COLLEGE, and click add button. When you click the add button, this small window is available there. In this window they are asking that you are attempting to add a special file .mdf to an ASP.NET website. In general, to use this type of item in your site, you should be placed in app_data folder. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to click yes. When we click yes, one app underscore data folder will be created, and inside that folder our college database will be created. Okay, table is, I think, created. One important thing, when we are creating the table, after creating the table, we are creating the page. When we are adding the page will come on the screen. But when we are creating the database, it will not come on the screen. Okay, background it creates and it will be stored in the solution explorer. So if you open the solution explorer, and here app underscore data folder, if you open here we have college.mdf is there. So this is our database, and this is the way to create database, right? In one project we can create many database, not a problem, but usually we are creating one database and we are using the same database for creating different tables. If you need, you can create more database also, not a problem. Okay, I think how to create database, it's clear. Okay, now after creating the database we need to create table. Create table, and we need to create table named name we need to give. For example, I want to give the student. Create table named student. Columns are below, because we need to give the column name. So for column name, here is the column name and here is the data type. For every column name we need to give data type. Data type is basically going to specify what kind of data you are going to store in that particular column. Okay, so data type is going to tell what kind of data you are going to store in that particular column. So the column name is, the first column name I am going to use is student ID. Data type is student ID is integer. This is the number, so I am writing the int data type. Int data type is basically used to store numbers, only numbers. Okay, one more thing, when you are going to create database, going to create table or going to create column, all the name, I'm talking about the name of the database, name of the table, name of the column, please do not put space or do not put dash. If you will put space or you will put dash, there is a chance of an error. For example, here I write the student ID. So student student space ID, if you will write, table will be created, but when you are going to work on that table, maybe there is a chance of error. So please avoid the space here, and also do not put the dash. Okay, dash and space we need to avoid. If we will not avoid the dash and space, there is a chance of error. Okay, so maybe you are thinking that what I use here, this is the underscore. This is what underscore, we are putting this underscore with shift key and clicking the minus symbol. This is underscore, this is not the minus is this in the between, it will come. So when you click the shift key and you click the minus symbol, the underscore will be available. So name, for the name I am going to use n-varchar. This is the one data type, n-varchar, and this is the size 50. Size 50 means that column will store the name up to 50 character, up to 50 letter. If any name will increase after 50, that column will not accept. So the name column will accept up to 50 letter. After the name, so basically n-varchar is used to store number, store the alphabet. store special character, and also we can store the number. So n varchar basically this is the one data type. In this data type we can store any kind of data. Okay, then I am going to write the measure. For the measure also our data type will be n varchar, and this is the 50. When you are going to create the table in the exam or somewhere, the column name will be available, and somewhere the data type is also available. Measure, and then we are going to write the address, address address also I am going to use n varchar 50, and the last I am going to use the mobile number, and mobile number is if you want to use the int you can, otherwise you can also use n varchar. I am going to use the 10 because this size I do not want to increase the 10. Okay, so this is the specification for creating the database table. So now how to create table? Take a look. Where we want to create table? In the college database. Double click the college database, and here the college database is open. In this, if you see, database diagram is there, tables are there, view is there, stored procedure, function, synonym, type, lot of things are there. So what I want to create the table. Okay, so what you do, you right click your mouse. In the mouse we have to click, left click and right click your mouse, and here add new table is there. When add new table is there, and here you write the column name. What column name is mine? Student underscore ID, and data type you select it. What data type I want to use? Integer. So here you will find the integer. Somewhere is integer is available. This is the int. Only these two. Allow null, you do not do anything. Leave it blank. Whatever default is there, keep it. Name, and here we have the n varchar 50. Measure is also n varchar 50. Maybe in your version little the interface may different, so do not confuse. Okay, interface may little difference. After the measure we have the address, and this is also the n varchar 50, and address later we have mobile, and mobile is n varchar, and I am going to make it 10. Okay, then what we'll do, table not created, just only I give it, save it and give the table name student and click OK. Table is created, but again this table what I created, it will not come on the screen. So open the server explorer, click this small triangle and see the student table is available, and in the student table I want to add the data, show table data, and you can add the data. Actually we will add our data from the database table from the ASP.NET. So for example, ID1, student name is Ahmad, major is MIS, address is SEEB, and mobile number is, this is their mobile number. If you see here, you will find that there is a red symbol is there. It means your data is not saved. Is there in the table, but it is not saved. So what you do, just you click outside somewhere. See now red symbol is went. Our database is available in that table. For example, closes, and if you want to open again your table, right click and show table data, you will find the data is available there, one data is available. So like this we can also add the data in our database table. So this is the way to create database, and this is the way to create table. So in the slide nothing is there. In the slide the important thing is, if you open the slide, the important thing is the definition of the database is there, and we have the definition of table, the definition of the database, and DBMS is there. So next class will tell you how we are going to use, how we are going to connect our application to the ASP.NET application to the database table. Okay, so this is about the database and database table. Okay, please watch this video carefully, and if you have any problem, please let me know. Thank you.